Yo, back here again with another episode of Unfiltered Frustration, episode number 4. It's your boy Emil.
It's your boy B.
What's good, man?
What's going on?
Sorry we're not here with the third member. She couldn't make it today, but
Yeah, it's all good. We gonna hold it down.
the show must continue.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
going on, boss? How your week?
It was cool. Was out there in Denver, had fun for 420.
Oh,
Yeah, man,
How was it, man?
I was high as hell.
Yeah,
I
that's
was fucked up. But I mean, it was fun. It's not that big of a nightlife out there, but for the most part, it was cool. My boy, my brother, we were just chilling and shit, sightseeing, checking stuff out. So it was cool.
I definitely forgot to text you and say, yo, grab me a Bronco jersey. I would have zelled you the money.
Oh.
But I didn't even think about it because my boy Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. That's dope, man. It's not a place that you'll live at, though, right?
Nah. It was slow. Like it was. I mean, granted, it was in the middle of the week, but it was a festival going on, so there's a lot of people in town.
Mm-hmm.
And the festival showed that. So like, I don't know. Like it just wasn't like it's like after like 8:30, it's like you go outside and it's people outside
It's a
still, but it's not.
retirement home.
Yeah, because even during the day, it felt like it was more people out during the day, obviously, but like it still wasn't a lot, if that makes sense. Like it was like during the day, it's like damn, where everybody at? And then at nighttime, it's less of the people than that. So then it's like, damn, like what the fuck going on? Like it's celebrities come here. There's the Nuggets, the Broncos, like the Rockies. Was like I seen all of those stadiums. I'm like, well, it's celebrities out here. Like what do they be doing? Like it's people that be saying like Von Miller. Like I love Denver. It's like
because it's mile high.
They be more than just mile high. ain't no way the goddamn nightlife is like that. It was nothing. It was nothing.
Man.
You asking people that live there, like, yo, what was the spots to go to? Like one dude, he sounded like it was forbidden to talk about it. Like he was he was like, what? No, I don't do those things. And I was
You
like,
gotta be from Denver to understand that.
that shit was
Top
ass.
secret, man. Because if he would have told you, he would have had to kill you. I know that because I'm a Denver Bronco fan, so you know,
I feel
top
you.
secret stuff over there. But that's what's up, man. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Got back here safe and sound.
Mm-hmm. And in time for your baby shower.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Congratulations.
sir. Yes, congratulations. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was a blessing. Success too, but you know, a lot of ups and downs during that chain of events.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
All in all, it was a good time, man. I was happy to see everybody enjoying themselves. Family was there, friends was there, in support of my new baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, let's get right into it, man. I think this episode is gonna be interesting because we want to get right to why people don't think straight. Why people ain't scared to use their own minds and allow people to, you know,
think for themselves.
think for themselves, right? Because I feel like the world is on that type of time where it's just like we don't challenge anything in life anymore. It's like,
nah, for real.
my mom did it, so now I do it, rather than seeing why your mom or family did it and just challenging why they did it and why do you have to follow those lines of why you doing it. Because my mother's a Christian. My dad was kind of in and out of religion for real. But it was like growing up, that's all I knew. But then as I got older, it was like I saw things that I questioned. And it was just like, is this for me? So I just went out there and started looking for things that went with what my lifestyle was going into, what made sense to me. And it was just like, after a while, just like, yo, people really don't challenge anything in life. It's just like I'm
Scared
just
to
go
ask
with
why.
the flow, and I don't know why, man. It's crazy to me.
I think sometimes people are just scared to question what they were taught. So like, because they feel like that's where that information was so correct. So like, I mean, if you grow up and your parent is a Christian or whatever religion that they choose to believe in, and they're teaching their kids that from birth up until when they start to get on their own and think for themselves, it's like, oh, well, I was already, like, my parents do this. Like, this is what my parents believe in. This is what they taught me. This has to be the way I love, and these are the people that I trust the most. So if they're telling me that this is the way, then that's the way. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's others in life, you know what I'm saying? They even younger. Like, for me, I just always was like, I would always ask why, just for everything. Like, I wasn't one to, like, like, be like, oh, like this is what my parents are doing, or this is what my friends are doing, or this is what anyone's doing. I want to do it. Like if I wanted to do it, it was because that was something that I thought about and was like, oh, I believe in that, or I like doing this, or whatever the case is. It was just me thinking for myself. Because, like, I mean, I got my friends that tell you, like, if I don't want to do something, I'm going to be like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be like, why? I don't want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
don't have that answer for that.
Or I want to do this, and they're asking me why. And it's like, because I want to do this. It's like, I'm always going to do stuff because I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that you say that, too, because it's like, even when you're in relationships, it's like some things you don't want to do or you do want to do, but it's like you, because the consensus does it, you have to have an answer why you don't want to do it. And it's like, I don't want to do it.
For sure.
I just don't want to do it. And I don't have to have a reason on why I don't. It's just, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like, because everybody does it, it's like you got to follow the herd and you can't be your own.
Yeah, because a lot of people are followers. So it's just like they're so used to, and they don't even realize how much. A lot of people I feel like won't say that they're followers. Like they're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm a follower. Like I feel like just subconsciously they're followers through their actions, and like some people just don't realize that, so they tend to just, when you're not going against what they would feel like, oh, I'm doing this because this is what everyone does, and they're not gonna say that. But again, I feel like that's what people do. So when you're not doing that, it questions to them like, damn, what's wrong with him? Whereas like that person's thinking for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing this because Allie, Jane, and Jacob's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why you didn't really like, you're not telling me why you want to do it. You're just like, oh, what you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm doing this because what's the name? And them like told me to do it, and I don't have nothing to do. It's like, why don't you have nothing to do? Like, there's nothing that you like to do. There's nothing that you can go, that you thought of. It was just like, you just called your friends and was like, hey, what we doing this weekend? It's like, why are you not thinking for yourselves? Like, why are you always the friend that calls and has to find out what we're doing? Why aren't you suggesting what we're doing?
Why you can't figure it out?
Yeah, like, why are you not throwing nothing on the table as far as from that friendship, or even if you're in a relationship with your significant other? Why are you not throwing nothing on the table? Why is it you're either relying on someone else to think for it, or you're just like not putting in any effort to think for yourself?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like.
So do you think the world has handicapped us to feel that way?
I feel like there's things that probably has. Your phone, TV.
I mean, well, the phone probably enhanced it, because you gotta remember, when we was growing up, phones wasn't really like a thing for real. Yeah. Like, people was really going outside playing, getting in trouble, doing some reckless stuff. For real.
It's like, so your friends were somewhere because you seen a bunch of bikes outside,
right?
Stuff like
stealing bikes, all kind of crazy, weird stuff back in the day. But now it's like the phones is at an all time. It's a moving laptop, really, but it's handicapped us more. But it's like, why is it so hard for people to think outside the box? Like, even with school, it's just like, everybody think, like, some parents think that schooling is where their kids learn the most. Where for me, it's like, schooling starts at home.
Yeah, for sure.
And then school is supposed to like exploit what the kid has been exposed to at home.
For sure. I feel like that's why when the kid is not excelling at something in school as quick as the other students are, it's more or less of the conversation with the parent. It's like, hey, like your son or daughter is not reading up to par, or not learning, not catching on the math up to par, or whatever this, that, or third. Can you do this at home with them to like help us get what they're supposed to be learning? Like, and I feel like that's spot on for me. Like, I feel like if you're not showing them that at home, they're going to school with an empty mind of what they're about to learn in school. So it's just like, what the hell is this? Where there's other students that are coming in and they was counting 1, 2, 3s at fucking 1, like 1, 2 years old, to where when they got there, it's like they might not still know what this is, but they know when there's 2 objects right here that's 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, I definitely agree with that, where it starts at home for sure. A lot of people feel like that. I'm drop my kids off, and if they not learning, then that's on them.
But that's like, the following mentality that we talking about, as far as like, most parents feel like school is school. We pay these teachers to teach our kids, and it's just like, what? Like, when was that the thing? Like, who made that law?
Some parents look at that as like a
and then
8-hour daycare,
and then complain about the school or the teacher. Oh, they ain't doing this, they ain't doing that, they ain't treating me. It's like,
Yeah.
What are you doing at home?
Shit, half the time these kids will bring their homework to their parents, and the parents don't even know what the hell they doing. It's like, the hell is this? I didn't learn that in school.
That's true.
And I feel like they feeling like, oh, well, why are you not paying attention to school? And that's where that comes from. Like, why the hell you not paying attention to school? Well, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
I'm just learning this shit.
I'm asking you for help, and you can't even help me. So I'm like, you see why I don't learn it? You don't know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm getting these traits from your ass.
Yeah, this is your reaction is how I did when the teacher said it to me. So now we both in the same boat. We in the same boat, Dad. Like,
stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, you get mad at me, and I'm doing what you doing in class. Like right
he
now.
He probably acknowledged that shit too later on.
Yeah.
Like, damn, my son doing the same shit I'm doing.
I'm stupid too. Shit.
Nah, that's fucking clutch. That's funny as hell. But yeah, man, that's that. I wish and I pray that in my lifetime that people start questioning or like thinking outside the box, because I feel like honestly that'll make the world somewhat a better thing, because it's just like people actually have a reason why they do something and a reason why they want to do something rather than just doing something they was told.
Why do you believe in this? Oh, my dad. And it's like, well, that's cool if you like for instance, a lot of people that I know of our age and younger are Cowboys fans, and it's like, why in your lifetime the fuck are you a Cowboys fan? And then it's like, oh, well, my dad or my uncle, and then it's like, so you didn't put no effort into looking at the other 31 teams in the league and was just like, I'm going to stick with this because I see blue and silver in my fucking house all day. Yeah. Like, and for me, it's like, well, for us, you know what I'm saying? Again, as whoever don't know, we're cousins. In our family, it's a Cowboy household.
Nation.
Like his mother, my dad, shit, my mother because of my dad. Like it's
our
like
uncle, my grandmother,
everybody, my
brother.
brothers. So it's like, yo, like for me, I took that on, and I'm a Vikings fan. You know what I'm saying? Go Vikes, go Nation.
Let's go Denver Broncos. We here.
And out of our family, me, him. And to my knowledge, as far as in the immediate family, me, him, and my other uncle, our parents' oldest brother.
Yeah, he like
only
the
like
bum ass Raiders.
Division thing, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like we the only ones that thought outside of that was like, we're going to go like, you know what I'm saying, another team. But like everyone else in most families, I feel like do that, and that's just an example of what people do. I feel like sometimes in most cases with anything, it's just like, oh, my family does this. This is what I was taught, and. Right. That's that. Like my older brother, like he pays it. Like he don't watch football, so he don't like. It's not like dug deep, but he pays attention to it. Like Cowboys. He'll know if the Cowboys winning or not, and things like that, or when their games are. And like for him, if you ask him, it's like, oh, our dad is a Cowboys fan. Like that's literally his answer. So it's just like
that's just his gateway to that conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
But Dad, we caught that touchdown. That shit was lit. Like fuck out of here.
Which one? Shit.
It was CD.
Yeah, CD.
CD player, stupid ass motherfucker.
It was CD player.
Nah, that's for sure though. And I, it's crazy because I feel like I never really been a basketball fan for real. You a diehard basketball fan, Lakers fans, unfortunately. But
that's not tough.
I feel like I always I always watched basketball, but I never really was like a biggest fan of it. And then Dirk Nowitzki was like my guy, so I was rocking with the Mavericks for a little minute, and then I fell back on basketball, and then LeBron came in the league, and I was just like, that's when I really started watching basketball. I'm like, yo, LeBron is this dude. But
you keep going. You was a Jermichael Finley fan too.
I was a Jermichael Finley. Yeah,
I was about to say, don't lie.
I was doing that for the dark skinned brothers though. I ain't gonna hold you. But then when LeBron came in, I always used to watch. I always used to like to watch Celtics versus LeBron, because I felt like that was the only team that really like didn't care to challenge him. Yeah. So I gravitated to Paul Pierce, and then that's when I just started liking the Celtics from there on out. Wow. And I just been rocking with the Celtics from the start. But that goes back to say, like, what happened to people just like whatever era they're in, they follow whoever's that hottest team or the whatever you're gravitating to. Because essentially people like the Cowboys because they was winning. There's nothing else. They was winning. They was winning Super Bowls. They was hard hitting. They was blah, blah, blah. But for people like after that era, it was just like nothing came out of it. The Cowboys haven't won a championship or been to a Super Bowl in
like for me with basketball,
lifetime.
like my dad, he's a Lakers fan, and I'm a diehard Lakers fan. But when people ask me, it's not like, oh, why are you a Lakers fan? It's like, oh, my dad. Like, and it's like, for me, it's like I'm a diehard Kobe fan. Like, that's who. Like, when I started watching basketball, it was like his freshman year. Like, I'm not gonna say I was born '91, so I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, I was watching him in college. I mean, not college, high school and stuff like that. I seen tapes as you know what I'm saying as I got older, but it was his freshman year. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I heard his name, but I wasn't like, I'm like, who the hell are they talking about? And then there was a lot of comparisons. So then I was just like, okay, well,
you like Eddie George. Eddie Jones.
He was good. You know what I'm saying? He was good when he was there, but I'm a Kobe fan. But like if you ask my dad why he's a Lakers fan, he has his reasons, Magic and all them boys. So it's just like, yeah, and even before that. So like I'm not gonna ever. I thought for myself it was just like Kobe. Like I like Kobe. That was the reason why I was a Lakers fan. And like to our point, it's just like think for you if you're gonna like something that somebody else like, at least do your research on that for the reason that you like it, not just because your best friend like it or whoever. Oh, this is what the general consensus is doing. Like, so I feel like this is what I'm obligated to do, and it's just like that's fine to stick with what the general consensus do. But if you have a reason on why you're doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and if that reason's valid for you, then that's what you should be doing. Not just because it's just like, oh, well, I'm doing this because this is what everyone does. Like, why are you? Like, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, why was that your first? I can see if you had 2 or 3 good points on why you like it or why you doing it, and then just followed up with that. Like, I mean, shit, everyone does it. Like, what the fuck is the problem? You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be your one and only point.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like, that shouldn't be your one and only point. Like,
yeah. A lot of people get hurt doing that following shit, though, for real.
As far as like feelings and stuff.
Well, I'm gonna switch up the topic just a little bit, but like some people try drugs because they see other people doing it, and it's
for sure.
You don't know what people's tolerance are,
for sure.
or drinking because of other people,
sure.
And it's like, yo, you don't know. I smoke weed for a real reason. You smoking it because you see me smoking it, you think it look cool,
for sure.
But you out here throwing up and coughing the crazy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I mean,
sure.
I'm saying weed because it's such a light. I don't even consider it a drug really, but it's a light substance. But like some people do heroin and all that other stuff, and I mean no knock to nobody what you do,
do your thing.
But to do it because somebody else is doing it is weird to me. Like if you want to do it because you genuinely want to do it and you have your reasonings, so be it. That's your thing. But to do it because my girlfriend doing it and I want to be high with her and I want to smash.
Like there's literally people in the world
like,
that
come on,
like
man, chill.
They'll walk up to some people like say it's me and you, and we walk up to a group of people I know, but you with me, and then there's people in that position that you would be in that situation that would like say that's what I'm into and you never knew, and now you were around me and my friends and we sitting over here doing bumps or something like that, and then like you're just like, oh well shit, like
they doing it.
Yeah, and if I'm a cousin that you like look up to, then it's like, oh well shit, they doing it. Like my cousin, like ain't nothing wrong with him, like he does it, and then now you just fucking like that shit does something to your body that, you know what I'm saying, that you can't control, and now you fucked up over that, you know what I'm saying? But it was because you wanted to be like us instead of just thinking like, damn, like I never did this.
That ain't my shit.
Yeah, that I ain't never been into that. Why I'm gonna be into it because they doing it right now? I don't even know where to get it from when I leave here. So why am I gonna try it now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know where to get it from. Like why I'm gonna try it now to where now I'm at the crib. Like I don't even know why I'm scratching my fucking eyelids. Like
nah, for real though. For real though. I remember the first time one of my homeboys tried to give me cocaine, yo. We was going to a party. He just got finished smoking weed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we was in the car and he just turned on the light in the car and he just pulled out a bag, put it on his hand. He's like, yo, you want some? I was like,
the fuck?
First of all, I didn't even know you did that shit. So the fact that you asking me, I said, bro, I don't like nothing in my nose, bro. My shit is sensitive as fuck. If I sniff that, I'm gonna probably start sneezing a million. For those who know me, I sneeze a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So my shit, So I was like, nah, bro, I don't like nothing in my nose. My shit wild sensitive. So I'm like, I'm good. But from that day forward, it's like it never changed our relationship. But I think he respected me more because it was just like, damn.
You stood
Most people I do ask, they be like, all right, yeah, cool, why not? And it was just like, nah, I'm good, bro. I like just smoking weed and that's it. I don't even like drinking for real. unless it's like a social gathering or something.
For
but
sure.
I like what I like, and I'm gonna stick to what I like, and I ain't gonna change for nobody. And I feel like most people should do that more often. Like, yo, man, do what you like to do because you like to do it, and not because you trying to impress somebody or be cool in somebody's eyes, because that shit ain't cool.
Some people would just tag along, knowing damn well they don't watch baseball, but because you asked them, it's like, yeah, I'll go. And it's like, you're not even into this. Like, I got 8 other friends that really like baseball. I decided to ask you first because I didn't know that you didn't, you know what I'm saying, like it like that. But then you go there, and then now a week later, I hear Charles in the gang talking shit. Oh, yo, you know what's the name was talking shit about that game. Like, he said that shit was ass. Yeah, it's like, damn, bro, that was a good ass game. If you knew anything about baseball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, it's like people would just tag along just to tag along, just to be able to either talk shit or give their opinion on why you do it. Like, oh, I went with such and such and them, and I thought we was gonna have a good time, and that shit was ass. I don't know why he do that. And it's like, motherfucker, you ain't like this from the jump. Why'd you go anyway? You know what I'm saying? Of course you didn't have a good time. Like, you just wanted to go just to have shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Or now it goes both ways. Either that way, or it's just like now you finding yourself doing shit that you ain't even, that's away from your character, and now your energy off. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know. It's just, I feel like you need to think. People should think for themselves. Like, it's not even just any individual type of people or person. It's
all
just
people.
Everybody. I just think for yourself.
It should be a balance of whys.
Yeah,
like why do I like this? Why do I like that?
And that don't really come
I don't want to do
that.
That
don't always even come at some age. Like, it could be some people that might not click for them until they're 18, 20. Some people might be 14, where it's just like shit just start clicking for them. And at that point, start thinking for yourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, I've been working since 14, and my father allowed me to work. He had to sign something, the workers permit and shit like that. Yeah. Like, he had to sign that at that time for me to be able to go work. But he had to, the reason he had to sign that, because you're so young, your parent has to see something in you, because at that point it was like, he allowed me to get on the bus, travel, you know what I'm saying, to go where I had to work at, you know what I'm saying? That was like a 45-minute commute on the bus and stuff like that. So it was just like he believed, like, okay, I feel like he's at a place where to where he can think for himself. And from that point on,
sure,
once you at a job, you have to think for yourself, because you're doing something at a place where there's rules, and if you don't follow these, you know what I'm saying, so you have to be responsible, I meant to say. But it causes you to help think for yourself. Like, it's just giving people responsibilities when they're younger. I feel like it will help propel them into thinking like that when they get older, as opposed to like coddling a kid, and then like when they get to a certain age, it's just like, all right, you're 18, you can get out, and now they're still like in fucking Google Gaga phase. Like, they don't fucking know shit. All they know is school, and I'm spoiled, and I'm fucking a fucking brat. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all they fucking know. And now they going out into the world, and people looking at them different and weird, and it's like, they don't know why, but you're fucking socially awkward. Like, you was raised under the staircase. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't fucking experience shit. So like, you don't have the thinking power, I feel like, to think to realize why, or to ask why, to challenge certain things. It's just, oh, the general consensus, cool, that's what we're doing. And it's just like, the general consensus for you of thinking was only in your household. So you was only doing what was in your household. So now that you're out of your household, you have to find that rhythm again. You might come into a group of friends that's always doing something. So now it's like, I'm about to do what they doing. Like, it keeps that going, as opposed to being the person that people are calling. Hey, and it's cool to go see what your friends is doing. I'm not saying like, oh, because at that point nobody be doing shit if you're not calling your friends. But I'm just saying, all the time, don't be that friend where it's like all the time it's a pattern of you only doing what we're doing. Like, I'm the friend that's going. The friend that's going to point that out. Like, yo, why you don't never suggest nothing? Like, why you always tagging along with us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I never tag along
never
with you?
Bring your weed?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why every time you drunk on the couch, you the only one passed out and you ain't put in shit? Like, the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like,
But I mean, to be devil's advocate, I feel like when you raised like that all day long, and you go to school, and that's like, I feel like school's a big follow mentality kind of cult,
Yeah, it's groups,
because
popular
it's
kids,
groups.
the geeks.
Then you gotta go to lunch at this time. You gotta go to this class at this time. Then hurry up and go to this class at this time. So it's just like you always listening to somebody else's rules and regulations. So I think as
trained you for jail. That's what I
think
like.
as a lot of these people get older, it's so hard for them to use the brain, the common brain, because they never used it for the last 15, 16 years of their life. So like to be like, yo, think this, that, and the third, I think it's a kind of disservice. But then it's hard for me to kind of like go that route, because it's like when you go to school, you do see those other kids that's totally different from you.
Yeah.
So it's like in your mind, it should be like the first thing is like, why is he doing it that way, or why are they doing it this way? But it's such a big, I think it's a big epidemic for real, because it just bothers me that people just don't like to think. Like it's just,
for sure.
It's like,
for sure,
like I go through it in my relationship, whereas I do something and it's just like, well, everybody don't do that, and it's like, I don't give a fuck who everybody is. Oh. They don't know me, I don't know them. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But I just guess because so many celebrities is like heroes to people nowadays, and like all these people in social media is like heroes. So it's like, or if they doing it and millions of people are following them and liking that, everybody does that and see it that way. And it's like, no, I'm a mill and I have my own mind and I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it.
I thought this out before I said that. I didn't just work that out. Like I this was a thought process. I don't like that. Like,
yeah. It's sad, but I mean, I feel for those, but for those who don't try to, I think you should do some practicing or like meditation or something to clear your mind, to being open to more ideas, to thinking outside what your mom taught you, your dad taught you, your grandmother, and so on and so forth, and really do some like research, really, because that's what we do essentially when we go through history class and math and this, that, and the third. Like, you go through the problems and then you do research on, okay, you started from addition, subtraction, division, multiple, you know what I mean, division, and then it's calculus, pre-calculus, and whatever, but you go through the whole course of why it's the way it is, versus it just being like, oh, you're a Christian because I'm a Christian, and that was what my grandmother did and my great-great-great-grandmother did, and that's what we know. Yeah. It's like, it's like 50 other religions out here. Why are we just picking this one? Yeah. And it's, I don't know, but I just feel like everybody should do a disservice to themselves and think outside the box.
And if you do that, on your own research on whatever it is you're trying to, that you're finding interest in through someone else. Once you do that research, and if you like it, then still believe in that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like just have your reason on why you do it.
I don't think you should X out the other options either, though.
Well, no, for sure. I'm just saying, though, like, if you do all that, like, okay, well, let me rephrase that. If you're doing your research on all the other, if you're saying just like hypothetically religions, because you said that, like, if you're doing your research on all, if you're just doing your research on everything, and once you do your research on those, and you're like, oh, well, shit, I feel like what I was being taught is better than all of this stuff anyway, like, so it makes more sense, then do that. But I'm just saying, don't be doing that, and it's just like, oh, well, shit, I'm a Christian because my family, like, my whole family is, so that's why. And it's like, to me, at a certain age, I'm not talking to you as a kid, like we're fucking 12 years old and I'm asking you that, and you're like, well, my family is. That's a good reason for why you're saying you're 12 and that's your reason. But if you're fucking 30 years old and I ask you that, and it's just like, well, shit, my whole family believes in that, and it's like, well, what? I didn't ask you what your family believes. I never asked you that. That wasn't even the question. Yeah, like, I said, why do you believe in that? And you told me what your family likes. Yeah. Like, now we have to jump in the bag of, are you retarded? Because I just asked you a question that you gave me an answer that had nothing to do with what I asked. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people
do that shit too, though.
And that's
you ask them the simplest thing, and it goes left field.
A
like,
question has nothing to do with what the fuck
you
said.
Why you picked Dove soap. You told me some other shit.
Yeah, like you started,
what the fuck are you talking about?
You started talking about how you was 4 and you seen a dove in a coloring book and you colored it for the best you ever have, and because they have a soap called Dove, I'm just forever indebted. Like, what the fuck? Out of these soaps, which one is why is Dove the best? And you told me about a cartoon on a coloring book.
That never happened in real life. That was just an example.
Yeah, that's an example. That's an example. But if you can feel my frustration, you know what I'm saying? You can understand where I'm at.
And I'm pretty sure it's people out there who really went off of it. I love Doves, and that's the vibe that I'm going off of. If that's you, I fucked with you, but nah. Yeah, that's crazy.
People don't be having. I mean, people's reasonings for stuff be crazy. And again, I mean, at some point, when I hear stuff like that, it's like, okay, I'll come to a point where it's just like, all right, well, I guess that's as far as they brain to take them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be wanting to just like come off and just flat out. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I do, because like certain things I hear people talk about sometimes it's just warranted, for the definition of stupid. So I'll say that, but I try not to, because like I want to see where you're at first before I just be like, yo, you dumb, like you legit stupid, like you know what I mean? By definition you're legit stupid. And don't get mad at me saying that, because I tried to understand you. I didn't just flat out say it. I tried to give you a plethora of different looks of looking at how you're saying what you're saying, so you can understand why you sound the way you do to me. But at some point you need to be told you're stupid. like yo, you're stupid. Like, yeah, there's no other way. Like
man, stupid is such a hard word, but
why? Because it's labeled cruel.
Nah, like, it's a hard word.
It's a word in the dictionary. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, no. But it's other words that you can use too. But it's a word that's warranted.
Why can't I use that one?
But I feel like the best word for that is just ignorant. Because if I don't know, I'm not stupid. It's just I don't know.
Again, I said
stupid is if I know and I still choose to pick the stupidest route. Exactly. I'm stupid. Exactly. But if I don't know it, I'm just ignorant to me not knowing anything.
And that's initially me hearing it, and I don't respond with nothing but you're ignorant. That's what that would be by definition.
You probably already got it in your mind like, this
no.
Stupid.
I just said, you can play it back. I just said.
No, I heard you.
I said if I give you a reason to trying to understand, and I'm asking you different questions, it comes to a point where I'm gonna just be like, yo, you stupid. That's what I didn't do it from like just jump. From jump, when you just, my first response after what you said is that I'm going to be like, yo, you're ignorant.
Nah, you going to say you stupid. I know you, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say, I'm going to say that was ignorant.
No, you ain't saying that. Somebody going to say some crazy shit to you. I know you. You gonna say some crazy shit. This motherfucker's stupid. Let me see how far stupid they are. I'm gonna ask a couple more questions. And if they keep putting themselves in the hole, they stupid.
That's what I just said.
You said the first one is they ignorant.
Yeah, if the first one is going to be like
stupid. Now they got to get their way out of stupid.
No. It's probably people in life I've done that too. Just like that's why I'm laughing. But that's not why
they fighting their way out of stupid.
Yeah, but that person had said something that was like just that fucking dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you walk outside and the sky's blue, and they was just like, oh my God, the sky is so orange today. I'm just gonna flat out say you're stupid at that point.
You don't know if they colorblind. Shout out to all the colorblind people out there, for real. I got a few friends.
If they colorblind, they wouldn't have seen orange.
Yeah, so they just assumed that it was orange. It's orange out here today.
At what age are we at? Because you were told that the sky was blue at one point or another.
He might have heard somebody say orange at one point. Because, you know what I mean? The sunset and all that type shit. You know what I mean?
Wow. and this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes shit just needs to be called stupid. Like, this is what I'm saying.
The sunset, it could have been a certain time of day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sunrise and all that. Somebody, man, it's orange out here.
Nah, we ain't jacking that. Hell
it's orange out here.
Hell no.
Shout out to all the orange. Man.
Hell no. But I mean, just like I said, I mean, it's just it just be hard. Like sometimes having a conversation, because I mean, some people just can't hold the conversation either. So like, I feel like that goes into why, like, for me, being able to hold a conversation, sometimes it's just asking questions. why is one of those questions. You know what I'm saying? So like if I don't understand something,
Was why in that when, what, where?
yeah, who, what, when, where, why, how.
Oh, I feel like why always got X'd out or something. I feel like
because it's towards the end, people forgot about it. People don't read shit full through. They
when,
can have who,
when,
what, when.
where.
Oh, all right, that's it. That's all I need. Like, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, you don't even remember how is at the end of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I just feel like sometimes when you ask questions
How
with
and
people,
why my favorite too.
Yeah, I feel
How
like
you know that?
when you ask why with people, they look at that as not a question and what the definition of a question is.
It's a
they,
challenge.
They look at it as a challenge. Oh, like why are you like? They want to wonder why you're asking them.
me?
Yeah, like why are you interrogating me? And it's like, what? That's not. Do you know what question? Like you know what a question is? Like I've had a couple wise men, because I've heard this quote through different people at different points in my life that don't know each other at all, both say like the dumbest thing you could ask is the one that you didn't ask. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's I've heard that young, and I've always been like that. But when I heard that, it justified why I ask the questions I ask, or why I'm so intuitive on certain things. It's like I want to know why you came up with that. Like some people, they'll get frustrated and be like, yo, like why the fuck you keep asking me? And that's fine if you just don't want to answer, but I feel like at that point you're unable to articulate how you feel or what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying?
So the easiest way is to just be belligerent.
Yeah, and then tell me I'm wilding because I'm asking why you did something. If you did something, and whether it was genuine or not, if somebody asks you why you did it, you should have a reason why you did it. I feel like once you start doing the other stuff, there's other motives, and that's why I feel like it's a good reason to ask why, like not just like wonder why people do certain things, but sometimes just ask so you don't have to wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like ask the question why. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like why is an important one out of them. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Why is an important? That's like one of the most important ones.
Why should have been the first one.
That's one of the most important ones.
Why,
like,
what, how, then where? Because I don't give a fuck where it's at.
Yeah, like, we don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know why we going. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Why you
like,
feel like that?
Yeah.
How did you come up with that idea?
For sure.
And when the fuck did you think I was going to go over there?
You know what I'm saying? But that's just, I don't know. It's just that, like I said, that general consensus, I feel like it's just people tend to follow that.
We
like,
just losing the essence of like basic life structures. Where it's just like, like signatures. You know what I'm saying? Some people, a lot of kids don't even know how to write in cursive writing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt like for years that was just like a basic.
Yeah, you had to learn that shit.
Basic thing to do.
You
now it's just like, oh, I could just write on the tablet. It's cool.
Yeah.
But even on the tablet, they're still asking for signatures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But most people just write 3 squiggly lines and just keep it pushing.
Retarded.
But I just feel like the basic form of life for a lot of us who are 30 and older or whatever the case may be, or maybe I could just say 28 and older. But I feel like the life that we was growing up into at that particular time was just so prevalent and probably better as older as you get. It was just like you had to have the basic life skills to survive. So like a lot of times it was harder to just follow. You kind of had to do the leader thing. Mm-hmm. But now it's just like games, phones, tablets, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, where it's just like now people are just looking at everybody doing something and I want to do the same thing so I can have the same gratification as far as success or money or fame. So it's like I don't care about all the basic stuff when I know I could just do a 7-minute video and just be a millionaire.
Yeah, but I feel like that a lot of that stuff comes down to like just the fact that people are not around people, and I feel like people need to be around people.
Basic life skills.
You need to feel feel the vibes. You need to feel the energy. Like you need to. I feel like that saying comes from that. Like, oh, it's a vibe in here. Like it's a fucking reason. Like it's a frequency in there that your body's feeling. It's a vibe, and you feel the vibe. Like people just think that is just a fucking quote, and it's just like, oh, I need to find a vibe, and it's like, motherfucker, you in a vibe, and you don't even realize we in one right now.
Nah, it's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like people need to understand that being on that fucking phone is for me feel like the main reason of that, because you don't have to conversate with someone to find out shit anymore.
Just tweet it.
Or go on their fucking Facebook and be like, oh, like and try to assume what that person's got going on or what they're doing through what they're showing, allowing you to see on their phone, on your phone. Like what's on that person page is what they're allowing you to see. Mm-hmm. They might not even smoke, but they might be preferred smoker on their fucking page, and because that says that, it's like, oh, well, they're a fucking pothead, and it's like, motherfucker, I don't even smoke. I didn't realize I clicked that on there. Like I meant to say not at all, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like people just take that and they take it as gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get that shit. I literally get up there and I like to watch the entertainment comedic videos, like motherfuckers like Mr. Commodore, like motherfucker, or people like that. It's just like, I go up there to watch that and get entertained. Like, yo, I'm bored. Let me watch something. Find somebody funny.
That's what it's made for.
And that's what I use it for. People really use it to just keep up with the Joneses and find out what people's life is. It's like, why do somebody will come up to you and start telling you like, yo, son, you know, JJ cousin got shot. His cousin who? Shit, I don't know. I just seen it online. What? I mean, that's and granted, someone getting shot is important, but it's just like, what the fuck made you come up to tell me about some shit that you don't even know who that is? I don't know who the fuck that is. And that was the first thing you said to me as my friend? What the hey, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, bro? Like,
that's because that's what's posted all through the
and it's just like, that's the first thing somebody will talk about. And it's like, I just don't get it. It's like, you're not thinking for yourself. You're choosing, your conversations are coming from somewhere you clicked on, and that app popped up and you seen something. Now it's just like, oh, let me call X, Y, and Z and start saying what the fuck I just seen up here. Like, if it's not sports, then like, what the fuck are we talking about something you seen up there for, like, this detailed for?
Just,
like,
the best analogy I could give that's just human people's makeup.
Yeah, they got videos up there on how to make millions, but ain't none of my friends calling me to talk about that.
I'm just saying, like, that's why it's people's makeup. People put on a different face and become a follower,
depending on who they're around,
or become more of a yo, fuck you, this, that, and the third. It don't got my name on it, but it's a username. Somebody different. That's what this virtual reality shit is gonna do. It's gonna continue making more followers. And people ain't gonna be leaders, and the leaders are gonna be the ones that's catching the followers to do the shit. Like, yo, come fuck with this shit.
For sure,
I'll give you 5 cents off the dollar. Like, what the fuck? If I know my math a little bit, that ain't it. But this shit crazy though. But
for sure. I mean, it just, I don't know, man. It fucking hurts my brain
breaking
sometimes.
My heart.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts my brain sometimes trying to think about some of the things why people do some of the stuff that they do. Because if we gon'
the best thing Carmelo Anthony ever said was, you should look at life for how it is and not how you project it to be. And it is what it is. You got people who follow it, you got people who's leaders, but you can't change none of that shit. It's about being a leader within that situation and figuring out what's good for you within the grounds that we live in, which is hard because everybody is doing the same things, and sometimes you got leaders doing the same things for money purposes, just to get people to tag along.
You wanna know what's a crazy thing about that is, like, the people that are the followers argue with the people that try to, the friends that are in the group that try to lead. They try to go back and forth with them, knowing that they don't like being the leader as far as planning or doing things like that. but then don't want to like they want to argue with the leader about it, but don't want to jump into that role.
Right.
That's not crazy to you?
No, it is. But I mean, that's been happening before time, man.
That's just crazy to me. It's just a lot of stuff that don't be making sense.
It's probably people, and I don't mean to
sense.
go that far back. It's probably people in any movement, but I'm gonna just say with Martin Luther King, it's probably a bunch of people who's like, "Oh, you fucking stupid! You this, that, and the third. You should do this. You should do that." So why you not doing it?
Yeah.
How you telling me what I'm doing, but you ain't doing nothing?
Facts.
But it's crazy because everybody know I love the pivot. I love I Am Athlete
Great
and
show.
stuff like that.
Great show.
But I was watching an episode the other day where they had Colin Kaepernick on, and I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm gonna just get right into it a little bit. I Am Athlete. Yeah. They had Colin Kaepernick, but they was talking to Patman Jones, and they was like, "Yo, why you never really stood on the knee about whatever he was going through?" And it's such mixed feelings with that whole topic. But long story short, he was just like, "Oh, I didn't know." But I was just saying that to say, like, I saw people in the comment having their own opinion on what he should have did.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't know what somebody would do. He did it for his reason. And
right.
if you was in his shoes, you probably would have did the same thing. But since you outside, you got everything to say of why he handled the situation the way he handled it. Now, I mean, if you got your mother, your father, and your cousins and stuff, and you don't know exactly why he's doing something, you're not willing to risk your life. And I mean, a lot of people feel like they would risk their livelihoods for a cause. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Not when it happens. It's easy to say that, but thinking about it, like, oh yeah, I would have did this, and it's like once that goddamn, once that gun get drawn, goddamn, you sitting there shaking like a stripper, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I always tell people, don't tell me you'll die for me. Because you don't know how serious that is. It sounds good, but you don't know how serious it is. But I feel like everybody follows that trend of saying like the perfect thing to somebody, where it's just like, no, you've never been shot at. You don't know how it is to get shot. You don't know none of that, and you willing to risk something you don't know because of me. You don't even know.
Yeah, word.
But I don't know, man. But to what you were saying, it is crazy how people can argue something that they're not willing to do. Yeah. And it's just like,
it's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? That shit just don't make sense to me, man.
That's why I don't argue politics. I can't do nothing to change. Well, let me change that. I can probably do something to change something if I really went hard at it for real. But I don't really have much of a liking for it. I stay in tune to it, but I don't really go back and forth with people who really are into that, because it's like, you know what it is, I don't, and what I look like saying what a president or a governor or mayor should do, and I've never been in that position to even know what they entail or the things that they go through on a day-to-day. These people probably get death threats 24/7, 7 days a week.
NFL players are. You think they not? Like, come on.
You think I don't want to deal with that shit?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not willing to tell somebody what they should do with the power or whatever they're given. I would suggest, if I can talk to them, what they can maybe do to better a situation. But
yeah, it's like maybe
that's how you want to handle your shit, then that's how you handle your shit.
For sure. It's like maybe the conversation y'all having could spark an idea for them that would help change their thought.
But I'm not willing to argue with somebody who's not in that rim of, yo, yeah, they should do this, they should do that. Motherfucker, we two working motherfuckers arguing about
how to
governor.
make $1 million, or the governor, like,
he should make weed illegal. Like, bro, what the fuck are we arguing about this for? We can't do nothing but vote.
Can't do shit about it, motherfucker. Like, word up.
Yeah, but it's sad. I hope, like I said, I hope in my lifetime I get to see people actually going out there and thinking for themselves and not just following the herd, because it's a bunch of stories out there where like people just follow people and massacre killings and all type of stuff off of people just believing what somebody else said, and it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy to just honestly wrap your mind around thinking that somebody else can have full control of my mind, body, and soul, or what I see and think. I mean, outside of your parents, obviously they're the first people to tell you something, and you going like kind of, they're your first heroes, so you're going to kind of like go with what they say. But like another human like, yo, Mill, yo, I need you to do this. Like, even at my workplace, I'm still kind of like fighting my pride, freedom, where it's like, he tells me something, it's like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do that shit when I'm ready to do it. I ain't about to do it right now. It's like a tug and pull with that. And it's just some people say, oh, you just don't like, and it's more so it's like, I'm me. And when I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And you have every right to tell me what to do if I'm in your establishment.
They label it rebellious. That's
what
they label it. You're a rebel.
I also have.
Like,
I also
I think
have
for myself. That makes me a rebel.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I also have the breathing room to do what I want.
Yeah.
But it's a tough cookie, man. It's definitely a tough little situation that I don't know, man. People just gotta do better.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I mean, it's going to take people to goddamn.
They got to start with their parents first, and then I think
household
that'll build the courage to challenge everything else.
Yeah.
Like, cause I was listening to another interview, and this guy was like, the hardest thing he ever had to do was ask his dad why his dad did certain things he did in his childhood.
Yeah. Because
he was like scared of his father for years, and like his father was like the guy to him, so he was like kind of scared to have that conversation. He was like, that was like the hardest thing I ever had to do was like ask my dad why him and my mother weren't married anymore, and why he cheated on her, and why he had another family with somebody else. And it is a tough conversation, but I think after you get through that, it opens the door to asking everything why. Like, why is this? Why is that?
You start finding out the truth when you do that. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't, like, if somebody never, like, the person that came up with the fucking Santa Claus shit, if a person never asks, where the fuck is that at? And then somebody really tried to go there to go see where the fuck the North Pole was, motherfuckers were real like,
that is horrible.
I mean, like, it just took somebody actually tried to go there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
I wouldn't like, put it past nobody.
And you fucking damn near died doing that dumb shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no fucking Santa Claus, man.
I'm going to North
like,
Pole.
What the fuck is, yeah, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
found out that was Antarctica.
You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn.
Cold as hell out this motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? But
Santa!
Like, trying to, like, finding...
He got his wish list and all type of dumb shit. Santa!
Scream. Starting avalanches and shit. Like, fucking you screaming for? Like, a pole gonna pop up. You get to press the button. Like, damn. But, like, I just feel like start thinking for yourselves. Like, it's just like, speaking in school, like, I used to, like, I had a history class. Teacher was named Mr. Nesbaum. And if anybody that went to Orange High School in Orange, New Jersey, that had Mr. Nesbaum, you knew this man breath stink. You feel what I'm saying? So you, yo, his breath used to stink, son. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. But yo, bad, son.
Hope you got that checked out, bro. It was like bad tooth or something.
Nah, it was like he ate something rotten and it just sat right there while he talked. Like, that's how it was, like, bad.
This is dude at my job that got that.
But long story short, some halitosis for real. But long story short, like, in history class, a lot of stuff you're taught, I used to, like, just ask questions. It's not like, oh, I was trying to be a disturbance in class, because that's how it was looked at. Like, that was like the class I used to get kicked out a lot and stuff like that. And for me, around that time, it was like clicking. Like, it just was like, yo, like, why every time you tell me something that happened in the past that you wasn't even alive for, and because you went to college, I'm supposed to just be like, how do I know where you got your information from at that college wasn't some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? How do I know your curriculum in this class of what you looked up is all the way accurate? So when I start asking these questions as a student, which I feel like you should be able to do with your teacher, bounce ideas off each other, talk, dialect, and things like that, I used to get in trouble for that. Like, it'd be like, oh, I'm interrupting the class. And they'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I used to have students that'd be like, oh, damn, Brandon, we trying to learn too. And it's like, what? I raised my hand and he fucking picked me to talk. And then my question is disturbing the class now? Like, what type of fucking cult shit is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are that drawn in to where I'm disturbing the class by asking a question? So, like, it'd be like, oh, well, this happened in 1872. Nobody in this building was around back then. Like, nobody. Neither one of our parents was. Nobody in this building. Why the fuck are we talking about 1872 right now? And I'm supposed to, because we are, I'm supposed to believe what you're saying. Like, because you said this happened, and I'm supposed to believe that. So when I ask the question of be like, oh well, why are you saying that? Like, what made that happen? Like, who else was there when that took place? Don't nobody know this shit. But I'm supposed to know that this motherfucker wrote this book at that time in his room. Like, they be like, oh, this guy wrote this rule in his room, and it's like, who the fuck verified that? Who said that that's what happened? Like, he could, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been at a fucking place. I'm like just giving an example, but like, it's just like, who's to say that some of this stuff happened? And I feel like that's the reason of why I question stuff. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, even in your relationship, some people would be like, oh, you're supposed to just trust this person. And then it's like, okay, like, if you're early in your relationship, I just met you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to know you. So why the fuck should I trust you just because we like each other right now?
And we having sex. I'm supposed to just be like, oh, like, yeah, what you said is gold. No, I question my mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to question everything. Like, and there's a lot of things finding out even with your own parents. It's like, if my fucking parents can lie to me or like withhold information, and I don't find that, you don't find out until you're older, later, or whatever it is, it's just like, why the fuck I'm supposed to believe that you telling me everything, the truth, 100%? Nah,
I would like to. I want to. And I feel like some people do, and that's how people get their heart broken, things like that, because you start investing in feelings in something called that thing that's the truth. It's like, oh, I believe this. When you find out it's not there, it's like that shit fucks you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do that? Like, why do that? Why just not like believe? Like, I believe you're telling me the truth, but can I trust that you're telling me the truth? I don't know.
I'm here.
I don't know. Like, and that's where I be at with everything.
Yeah, that's
everything.
My girl hate that shit. I say I don't trust nobody in this world but myself.
That's the only person you really can trust.
I said my mother's my mother, but that don't mean she ain't lied to me, hurt me, or none of that extra shit. So like, why should I trust her 100%?
Come on. Like,
I know what I'm capable of doing because I'm in myself.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I don't trust nobody.
And you got people that feel the same way of how we're saying it right now. Like, they trust themselves and they look at stuff like that as well. But I feel like that there's people that don't really like
act on it.
Yeah. Like, they don't act on it, and then it's like they don't lead by example. Like, they'll say that and then don't lead by example. So it's like they'll be like, oh, I only could believe myself. But saying that, they'll use that to manipulate other people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to being like, oh, I'm an honest person, I only can trust myself, and then actually being fucking honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just being the one that's always honest with people. You know what I'm saying? But then sometimes I guess people look at that as like, if you're too honest, a lot of people won't like you. But it's like, I'd rather be fucking honest than you fucking, and you know the truth, than fucking lie to you just to fucking be cool with you. Like, I don't give a fuck about being cool with, now that I'm older, like, I don't give a fuck about being cool with nobody no more, because shit, like, and there's been times in my life ain't nobody fucking check on me. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm cool with a lot of people, but I don't have to like trust or I just don't, like, I feel like people get that mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to,
all of these words is just thrown out. It don't mean, words don't mean what it mean anymore.
Yeah.
People just use words fluently
and have their own meaning for it. It's like, well, I thought you meant, well, in on page 182 in the Webster's dictionary, this word means what the fuck I'm saying. So what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then now your conversation starts going into why you didn't say this word and chose this word, and it's like, what? Like, why? Like, yeah, and that's why I call you stupid.
And that's when you call somebody
full
stupid.
Circle, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, that right there is why I'm calling people stupid sometimes.
That's because they never knew the true meaning of the damn word.
So they ignorant. No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no. I swear to God, if you ask 100 people, they probably can't give you the dictionary version of what's stupid.
I mean, I believe that that's probably true.
Probably 46 probably be like, it means, when you don't know something.
Yeah, like when you say something that's like not true, you're like, what? Like, the fuck?
I'm serious, bro. Like if you start using, you could just use the basic word of love. What does love mean? Everybody have a whole different definition of love.
Yeah,
and it's like, what?
Definition
What
of
the
love.
fuck?
Some people be like, oh, love is off preference.
Love is a feeling.
Yeah, love is an action. Like love is
you've born loving people. Like what? Yeah. I didn't know shit about life, and you talking about I love somebody from the gate. It's crazy, but yeah, this I don't know, bro. The times that we live in, for real, is just
scary. It's scary.
It is
fucking scary, bro. It's fucking scary.
But you just gotta, like I said, you just gotta maneuver within this life, and find out what's good for you. Cause back to what you was kind of saying before, when you said you don't kind of care about nobody, I think as you get older, you gotta realize what's more important to you, as far as like friends, like. For me, in my life, what I got going on, I could lose friends and some family members as long as I'm reaching the goal of me and my family kind of being wealthy and successful, and my daughter, my lady, my mom, my grandmother, my close cousin, my brother, whatever the case may be. Like if I have to lose a bunch of other people in order to move where I need to go, I'm willing to do it. But a lot of people don't want to let
stuff stay where
people go, or let friends go, or family members go, because they want to hold on to them. And it's like, yo, you're not moving nowhere.
Yeah, your
priorities is fucked up. And that's why I feel like people need to start taking lead of and stop following like, yo, this my man's, I'm gonna always rock with him, and he ain't even doing you no good. Because I felt a victim to that, where I was just like holding my cousins down or friends down, and it was like, after I broke away from them, it was like, damn, yo, if I would have kept doing that shit, I would have been in a rat race and never leaving that shit. I just would have kept on doing the same thing, and not really getting
some of the places motherfuckers been
not
to,
really getting no results out of it. And it's just like, sometimes you gotta lead in certain situations, and sometimes it's cool to follow, long as you following the right person, because everybody need a mentor. So you always gotta be willing to be coachable. In situations, and I'm not talking about just follow everything a motherfucker say. You still challenge everything that he says too, because just because he did it one way don't mean that's the way that's gonna work for you. But you gotta be coachable in situations and lead in all situations when it's time for you to take that lead. But back to what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do gotta say fuck everybody.
Because sometimes I feel like that's the best way to clear your mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily got to move somewhere far, far, far away. Just isolate yourself for a little while and handle some of your business. Like, I feel like at a certain age, you know when you got your stuff. Yeah, if you got your stuff together or not. You can judge. Not even judge that, because everyone's situation is different. Everyone's path is different. But like, if I'm 31 years old, all my friends is my age, or whether like around my age, 30, 32, 29, things like that, and I'm the only one that don't got my shit together, then I might need to, like, I obviously wasn't doing what they was doing, because they're the same age as me and they got their shit together and they still hang out and chill like I do, but I'm the only one that don't got my shit together.
Them is you.
Yeah, it's not them, it's me. Sometimes you got to look at stuff like that and be like, okay, boom, let me take a step back. Let me dip off and go handle what I got to handle. My friends will be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they your real friends, they'll understand that. But if you around motherfuckers and you that friend that's just like always going to one spot, hang out, smoke, drink, and things like that, and then now you just stuck on the couch all day, and next thing you know, your day done went by, and then you gonna do the same thing tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. It's like, when the fuck are you taking time to elevate yourself? What are you doing to be successful? Like, what are you doing to, like you want to keep doing this? Like, right now, you either live with someone, or you fucking got a fucking apartment somewhere. It's like, you don't want nothing bigger. You took the bus over here. You don't want to drive, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to experience having a car. Like, you don't want to do none of that stuff. Like, you don't want to travel. You don't want to have money to book flights. You don't want to do none of that.
No,
Like it's like people don't want to do none of that. It's just like I be knowing people that don't be wanting to leave their city or like their state. Like it's just like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously we from Jersey, but I lived in North Carolina. I've been to other places. It's like people don't be wanting to leave where they at. They be so comfortable. Yo, when we get off, you trying to link up and go here and this. Bro, we did that. It's like the third time this week. Like, I was cool the first day. I ain't had nothing to do that day, but like the next day I was on edge, but I went because you called me. But like now it's like, bro, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? You said that start at 8. It's 5:30. Give me 10 minutes. Why the fuck are we always going there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and at that point it comes into thinking for yourself. It's like, yo, like, why you don't? I don't know. People just don't like it. Just be like, oh, I'm doing this. They doing it. It's like, I just don't get that, bro. Yeah. I never got that. Even down to like shoes. It's just like everyone a fucking, oh, I need the Jordans. I need the latest Yeezys. I need the latest. And it's like, bro, like, do you know when you get those, like, it's how many billion people in the world, you know how many people gonna have them shits? Everybody until they sell the fuck out. Like,
people in your state gonna have it alone.
Like, shit, like, you go to a school that's 1,000 people, 846 of them motherfuckers is gonna have them shoes. Like, and then you're gonna wear them one day with an outfit thinking you fly, and now you in a fucking prep rally and have to fucking goddamn auditorium got the same shoes.
40 other people got the same shit in your grade.
How unique do you look now, bucko? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't think for yourself. It's like, it's okay. I just don't be getting shit, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it ain't for us.
I just don't be getting shit.
But yo, if it's one thing in life that you could change, what would that one thing be?
As far as anything, or you mean like
anything? If it's one thing you could change about life, like for the mass.
One thing I would change in life for the masses,
life for the masses, like.
Oh, I was about to give you for myself. Well, damn, I gotta think about that. What's the one thing you change for the masses? Like, whatever I say would just be like, that's what everyone will be doing to make life better.
You could get rid of one thing. You could bring one thing. You know what I'm saying? What would you change? Like, I would just say me. I would get rid of social media.
Okay.
Because it would allow people to actually have contact with people, like really understand people and have to really go communicate. Yeah. Like, that's how I feel like that's the one thing that we missing in the world. Everybody on Twitter and Instagram just leaving comments on other people's things, and it's just like, you feel that way, but you probably would never say that to me in person.
Yeah. I mean, now that I know where you at, I probably would have said the same thing. But if I have to say something else, I would probably say, shit. That's a hard question, honestly. That is a hard question. Shit. I would say fucking liars. Like liars. I would just, like, motherfuckers lying, like, wanting to tell the truth. Like, if it was a way to, like, know when someone's lying and they got in trouble for that shit, I would be all for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like lying and, like, murdering someone is on the same level. I feel like you shouldn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean by I feel like it's on the same scale of things. It's like, you shouldn't do it. So if there was a way to find out, like, every time a motherfucker lie, I feel like it'll be a better place because no one will fucking want to do it. I mean, granted, you gonna have your assholes that do it because there's assholes that kill still, but like, I just feel like it would be better. Cause if that was illegal, that would be the most illegal thing done ever in history, nigga. Like, that would be the most illegal thing done ever. But I would say that though, to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's another episode from your boys. Comments, like, subscribe, follow. Tell your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, your uncles, your cousins, your sister, your brother, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your side chick. Holla at your boy. Over and out.
We in this bitch.
Get it.